Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything podcast, and in this episode I'm continuing looking at the Big Finish news released in July and August 2024. So if you haven't watched yesterday's episode, go check that out, where I talked about the cover for the Sirens of Time Redux and Dark Gallifrey, the War Master Part 1, which was released on the 2nd of July 2024. But continuing with the 2nd of July 2024, this was when the 8th Doctor Adventures, The Stuff of Legend, was announced. Here is the press release. So the press release reads as follows: Doctor Who The Stuff of Legend live. Paul McGann and India Fisher to star in special one-off live recording of a brand new 8th Doctor adventure. To celebrate the 25th anniversary of licensed Doctor Who audio dramas, Big Finish Theatre, in partnership with BBC Studios, Fourth Wall Live and AEG, is proud to announce a unique full-cast live recording event taking place at Cardigan Hall, London on Saturday the 14th of September 2024. At the time of the press release, this wasn't announced, but it was announced later on that there were also, so there's two performances on this day, as well as on the Sunday the 15th of September 2024. It's only in a matter of days from when this episode will release, recording at least, and release probably even less. So yes, this is 4 performances. The Saturday sold out quite quickly, that's why they added the Sunday. It's too far for me to watch a 90-minute, it just doesn't make sense for me. But if you're going to see it, please let me know, and let me know what you thought about it as well. I'll be talking about something later on, which I will talk about, so yes, I'm not going to spoil that. For the very first time, Doctor Who fans will be able to watch an all-star cast take to the stage to perform a brand new audio play, The Stuff of Legend, by Robert Valentine. Leading the cast is Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor, the Indian Fisher as his indomitable companion, Charlie Pollard. They'll be joined on stage by Alex McQueen as the Master, alongside Nicholas Briggs, who voices the Doctor's unstoppable arch-enemy, the Daleks. We have the synopsis for The Stuff of Legend. Something is afoot in the lonely Cornish village of Merrymaid Bay. Rumours of dead man working in the tin mines have sent some chill through the community, and it's up to the Doctor and Charlie to get to the bottom of the mystery. Can the legends of the Buka that haunt the mines be true? And just what awesome power do the Doctor's greatest enemies, the Daleks, threaten to unleash upon the universe? Big Finish executive producer Jason Hay-Gallery said, 25 years, it feels like 25 seconds. Producing the audio adventures of Doctor Who's been such joy that 2.5 decades has flown by, almost as if we have all been in the time vortex with the Doctor. We've enjoyed ourselves so much producing thousands of hours of audio drama adventures, and now we have the chance to show fans of the series how the audio productions are made with a new live performance, the first time Doctor Who's been performed live on stage in 1989. Dominic Walker, who is the Global Business Director at BBC Studios, added, after 25 years of working with Big Finish on the Doctor Who audio adventures, BBC Studios is excited to now be bringing a live version to the stage. The Stuff of Legend is a fitting celebration. I'm delighted that fans were able to witness the recording of such a momentous story up close and personal. Simultaneous to the live stage show, a full cast studio production of Doctor Who The Studio Legend will be released on the 14th of September 2024. That's what I mentioned, so I will be reviewing The Stuff of Legend, just the studio version instead of the live version, which I wouldn't be able to review anyway because I'd be watching it, obviously. So yes, that's why. So yes, we also have Back to Vortex magazine, which is Big Finish's free magazine, which comes with every release. And if you can't find it with your releases, go to bigfinish.com, and where it says news, you click on it, and Vortex is one of the options there. Here we go. From the release of The Sirens of Time back in 1999, who would have thought how much Big Finish would grow? Starting with 3 of the Doctors, 10 actors credited as the Time Lord on television have now reprised their roles, and hundreds of audio stories have been released on cassette, CD, vinyl and download. To mark the 25th anniversary, Big Finish is doing something different, as the 8th Doctor Adventures and Stuff of Legend is being performed live over the weekend of 14th and 15th of September in London's Cargan Hall. Big Finish executive producer Jason Hay-Gallery says 25 years, it feels like 25 seconds. Producing the audio adventures of Doctor Who has been such a joy that 2.5 decades has flown by. Almost as if we'd all been in the time vortex with the Doctor. Jason's co-executive producer Nicholas Briggs tells Vortex a live performance is something that Jason's been trying to make reality for many years, long before the COVID-19 pandemic, and he's pursued it with dogged determination. It's well over a year ago when he asked me to initiate production on it. I commissioned Robert Valentine to write the story and script, and Barnaby Edwards to direct, because they are the ideal people for the job. The storyline was approved by the BBC quite quickly, but then it all hung in a waiting pattern for a while until Jason suddenly said go, go, go. It's a testament to the hard work and professionalism of Rob and Barney that this has all been pulled together in a very short amount of time. From the start, I wanted us to have a pre-recorded version ready for the audience to buy the live event. As for the performance itself, we have a few logistical concerns to address to make it happen smoothly. I've had a pre-taste of what the problems might be, as a few weeks ago I performed a 16-minute Stingray play live on stage. That experience is already proving invaluable for this. Jason adds, we've enjoyed ourselves so much producing thousands of hours of audio drama adventures, and now we have the chance to show fans of Big Finish how the audio productions are made with this performance. The first time Doctor has been live on stage in 1999. Paul McGann and India Fisher will start as the 8th Doctor and Charlie Pollard, alongside Alex McQueen as the Master and Nicholas Briggs as the Daleks. Something is afoot in the lonely Cornish village of Merry Maid Bay. Rumours of dead men walking in the tin mines have sent a chill through the community, and it's up to the Doctor and Charlie to get to the bottom of the mystery. Can the legend of the bunker that haunt the mines be true? And just what awesome power do the Doctor's greatest enemies, the Daleks, threaten to unleash upon the universe? Rob tells Vortex he was extremely excited to be asked to write the script for Big Finish's 25th anniversary Doctor Who live show. An honour and a privilege, and I couldn't be happier. This was always going to be an adventure for the 8th Doctor and Charlie, partly I think because you're going to celebrate 25 years of Doctor Who Big Finish. They are the original Big Finish TARDIS team. This is a show for all the family, appealing to an audience beyond Big Finish's core fandom, and of course it just had to include the Daleks, and I think we all knew intuitively that it should include the Master as well. Brief said that it was going to be performed live, and that's really not a detail to keep from the writer, so the whole thing has to be drafted to work as a live recording first, with live Foley, and hopefully the opportunity for a bit of audience participation. Of the storyline, Rob says, I've tried to pack everything into this one, as there are ancient mysteries, universe-quaking schemes, a host of colourful supporting characters, and an awful lot of adventure. To honour the great tradition of Doctor Who, seen from famous horror films, movie buffs might notice a few similarities early on to Hammer's classic The Plague of the Zombies. It's set in a Cornish village called Merry Maid Bay, where local men have been disappearing, and it turns out that the local legends of the mysterious bunker might be true. He adds, choosing highlights is difficult because the entire experience has been brilliant, as well as having a wonderful cast on this. Working with director, script editor and actor Barney has been a joy. What I'm really looking forward to, and what I'm also really terrified about, is being in Cargan Hall for the live experience. It's going to be magical and thoroughly nerve-wracking. India Fisher is delighted to be playing Charlie once more. She tells Vortex, I'm very excited to be part of the 25th anniversary story. Big Finish has been a massive part of my career. I've played Charlie for half my life, and I love her. The chance to perform this in front of a live audience is amazing. It adds a whole new dimension, and the story is a cracker, a proper Doctor Who romp. And I'm thrilled to be doing this with Paul. It's going to be fantastic. Next up, I will be, so we're now on the 4th of July 2024, which is when Torchwood Soho Ascension was released. This is what the press release says. It's Ascension Day for Torchwood Soho. Samuel Barner and Tom Price knock on Heaven's Door in a brand new box set of thrilling audio drama released today from Big Finish Productions. The 1950s era agents of Torchwood have a society-shaking new crisis to deal with in Torchwood Soho Ascension, an epic six-episode story of full cast audio adventure available now. People are disappearing, and it seems they're being taken to heaven itself. Is the end of the world really nigh? A number of groups believe so, and what's odder, they're all vanishing. Have they really gone to heaven, or is something far worse happening? It's Torchwood. Obviously something far worse is happening. Samuel Barnett, who you may know from Dick Gently's holistic detective agency, reprises the role of Torchwood leader Norton Folgate, who's determined to get the truth about the bizarre events and has an impressive roster of agents to help him. Starring as that Torchwood team are Tom Price as Sergeant Andy Davison, who since his appearance in the Torchwood TV series has been stuck in the 50s. Joe Shire, who you may know from Trolley as Gideon Lyne, a journalist who's also Norton's on-off boyfriend, and Dirk LeCurwin, who you may know from True Detective, Night Country and Doctor Who The Next Doctor, as the recently resurrected Elizabeth Hey-Ho. So the 6 episodes are Burning Bright, Chariot of Fire, The Invisible Worm, We Have Built Jerusalem, Dark Satanic Mills, and Fearful Symmetry. We have a little synopsis for each one. So for Burning Bright, we have when carol singers are on the runway, bring down a plane, Torchwood investigate. For Chariot of Fire, the race is on to stop the world ending at midnight. Norton has it all under control. For The Invisible Worm, in Moscow, the true power of Ascension is revealed. For We Have Built Jerusalem, it's up to Elizabeth, Andy and Gideon to save the world now. For Dark Satanic Mills, come on holiday all you faithful, what is going on Sandy Plain, and Fearful Symmetry, as Annette Titans does the human race have one last use for Torchwood. The guest cast of Torchwood Soho Ascension includes Greg Austin, known for Doctor Who spin-off Class, Ul Baston, known you may recognise from Hollyoaks and The Bill, Bada Aji Abdu, known for The Wheel of Time, Michael Higgs, who you may know from Wizards vs Aliens and EastEnders, and David Stern, who you may know from Detectorists. Actor Tom Price said, I really do love doing all the different guises of Torchwood. With Torchwood Soho, I love working with Joe and Sam. They're brilliant actors, a lot of fun to bounce off. You can really trust them. Andy's definitely changed since we first saw him in the TV show. And not just his hairline, he's become more astute. He's got an inner Sherlock who comes out every now and then, and he's more passionate about doing the right thing. Samuel Barnett added, I don't think anyone quite makes me laugh like Tom does, which is tricky when you're in a studio trying to get work done. He's very on it. He's played Andy for years, so he knows him inside out, but he's always brings different nuance each time, and our relationship as actors has grown as our relationship as Folgate and Andy has grown, so I love coming back to do this with him. Essentially, is a big mystery for Torchwood. Essentially, they learn to believe that people are being beamed up to heaven. Norton doesn't believe in heaven. He suspects that there's some sort of alien interference, and as ever, it's very murky as to who's on the right and the wrong side. There's something in this script which is very much about human nature and feels very relevant for today. Back to Vortex, which I will remind you is Big Finish's official magazine and is free. Go to the Big Finish website, news, scroll down, and Vortex is one of the options. You can write it there. Here we go with what it says about it in Vortex. No matter the era, all of the Torchwood teams have faced peril, danger, death, love, hate, violence, and aliens, and often all of these elements combined in the space of one episode. We're heading back to the 1950s this July in Torchwood Soho Ascension as the team of Norton Folgate, played by Samuel Barnett, Sergeant Andy Davison, played by Tom Price, Gideon Lyne, played by Joe Shear, and Elizabeth Hey-Ho, played by Devla Kerwin, in encountering a pirate getaway to the afterlife. Is the end of the world really nigh? A number of groups believe so. And what's odder, they're all vanishing. Have they really gone to heaven, or is something far worse happening? It's Torchwood. Obviously, something far worse is happening. Scripted by writer and producer James Goss, the 6 episodes in this box set are Burning Bright, I've read the synopsises, Chariot of Fire, The Invisible Worm, We Have Built Jerusalem, Dark Satanic Mills, and Fearful Symmetry. And that's actually when we're in the episode. But before I do that, here's the trailer for Torchwood Soho Ascension.
Oh, God, indeed! Pull up! Pull up! Pull up! Ascension! Ascension! Ascension!
From Big Finish Productions, Torchwood Soho Ascension.
An ascension is announced Tuesday next at 8 p.m.
You think the world really is ending?
And God's taking out adverts.
I think it's time we listen to the warning. Something's coming.
This is something alien, yes?
Something hiding in an idea.
Well, here we all are, and we're finally doing good.
The signals you found in Moscow, I found new ones. Lots of them across England.
What is Ascension? It's the future.
Listen to me, Norton Borgate. You've made a terrible mistake.
Now I have become death, the destroyer of worlds.
This will change the shape of the world. Then shall we begin?
Oh, my eyes! Oh, they're so bright! We're going! This time we're all going!
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
Don't ruin the moment. I'm thinking about Savaloy. Not you, Bunbury.
That was the trailer for Torchwood Soho Ascension. Next time on the Everything podcast, I will be talking about the Second Doctor Adventures Conspiracy of Raven, which I've actually already reviewed, so go check those out. But let me know what you thought about the news I talked about in this episode as well, and let me know what you thought of Torchwood Soho Ascension if you've managed to listen to it. But that's it for this episode of the Everything podcast. Oh, and also put any suggestions as well in the comments below. You can also like, comment, and subscribe. But that's it for this episode of the Everything podcast. Goodbye.